This is the first flight in my Epic Destination series, where I'll take you over a variety of notable locations. I'll also introduce my flight setup and work on becoming a better pilot along the way. Today we are flying over to Alps to enjoy the stunning snowy mountains and hopefully make a successful landing on the other side of the peaks. Our trip begins in Alternhain, from a lake to the middle of the mountains up to Bolzano, which seems to be a very interesting location to land. Our aircraft of choice is the Cirrus G2 Vision Jet, so let's get it ready for the journey. So what do we need to do is we need to remove these things. I think I don't know how to remove it from there. Sorry, I almost walked through you. And then we need to remove these. And then there's cover for the engine. And that's gone now. And then we are ready to go into plane. I think everything is... Oh, you just walk through the wing. I hope it is still okay. But never mind, let's go to the plane. And here we are in the empty and dark cockpit, so we need to set everything before we can actually start the engine and we can go. And one thing I want to show right away, so I'm using Stream Deck Plus to control autopilot and MFD and so on. And to help you understand what is happening, I will share my Stream Deck buttons to you shortly. And now you can see that we have the Stream Deck in the bottom of the screen. So you can see either autopilot and then these autopilot controls, or also MFD controls if I'm using those, and parameter. And on the right side, what is now still dark, I'm having my MFD Garmin screen, so you can see what is happening there as well. So if we now start setting the plane, so let's switch the batteries on. So you can see that the Garmin screens are lit also in the bottom of the screen. And at some point during the flight I might be zooming them in a little bit so you can see better. And actually what we could do here now, let me switch that. Or maybe we keep it here during this flight. One possibility would be also showing the touchscreen, which I'm using hopefully a little bit, and I'm using my iPad to control it. So I don't need to click it with my mouse all the time. Let's put the screen a little bit with more light there so it's easier to see. Yeah, now it's better. It's so sunny at the moment. Okay, but let's first switch the screen full here, the MFD screen, so we can see the map. And let's go with the flight plan actually. So we need to click home and flight plan. And okay, we already have something here, but let's remove it. Let's delete this flight plan. And let's set the origin, and we are Alternhain LSSR. That's our origin. And we want to... Actually, let's check what runway is in use.
St. Gallen Airport information, Sierra 2000 Zulu. Wind 106 a tree. Visibility, tree. sky condition, clear. Temperature, tree, dew point, 1, QNH102500. ILS runway 10 in use.
Okay.
Landing and departing runway 10. VFR
So
aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Sierra.
okay, we could update.
St. Gallen Airport information Sierra 2000
Okay.
Zulu. Wind 106 a tree. Visibility, tree. Sky condition, clear.
For some reason I'm still
Temperature,
hearing that.
tree. Dew point, 1.
But we are using runway 10 and
10250.
our destination
runway
is,
10 in
let me
use.
check that, what we
Landing
were
and departing runway
setting
10.
earlier.
VFR aircraft say direction
So
of flight.
we
All
are
aircraft read
flying
back hold short
to
instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Sierra.
Libbe. Bolzano, Italy.
St. Gallen Airport information Sierra 2000 Zulu. Wind
And I
266
think
F4. Visibility.
there's
Tree. Sky
only
condition. Clear. Temperature 7. Dew point 1. QNH 1025.
only one. Oh, there's two
ILS
runways, so we need to
in use.
wait.
Landing and departing runway 10. VFR aircraft say
Let me
direction of flight.
see.
All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Sierra.
Let's land
St.
the
Gallen
runway
Airport
1.
Sierra 2000 Zulu. Wind 266 F4. Visibility. Tree. Sky condition. Clear. Temperature.
Okay, and then
7.
we
Dew point.
want to
1.
add few
QNH
waypoints, so
102500.
because we are flying
ILS
over
runway
to
10
Alps.
in use. Landing and departing
So
runway 10.
let's first go
VFR
to
aircraft say direction of flight.
Gamsa.
All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Sierra. St. Gallen Airport information Sierra 2000 Zulu.
Okay,
Wind
that's a
266
little bit
F4.
distracting now.
Visibility.
Okay, that should fix it. And then what we need to find next is the next waypoint. So we are going to the Gamsa, then we are going to Kusam. Now I'm using my mouse so you can see what I'm setting here. So then from Kusan we are going to turn to Ronak. And from Ronak we are going to Valav. Still in Switzerland. From there, okay, parking brake, yes. We are going to Suksan. And what is happening after that? Then we have a long flight. Debugs. And from debugs we are, I think from debugs we can enter the by the way, let's also select our approach. So we want to approach runway 1, and let's go with, let's take Ernav location and with vectors. And let's load that, but let's not activate. And that should be it. And how is the approach? Let's see. Let's make this a little bit bigger so you are able to see it as well. And then we go back to Flight Planner. Can I find our destination there? More info. Okay, I think I misclicked. Here we can see arrivals and we are approaches, sorry. And we are taking runway 1. And we have, I think, this one. So we need to entry at 9,100 feet. That should be the where we start the approach. Okay, I think that should be it. I don't know if these are correct, probably not, but I'm not too sure how to set those, so we can go with this. Now we have a flight plan. Now we can start starting the plane. So let's put strobe on, generators, master oxidant, probe heat. And then we can start the plane. And let's see that everything is going as expected. The engine. We need flaps 50. Let's set that already. I'm not taking any checklist what you should do. I just want to get on the air as fast as possible. And then let's put... Well, actually, I think that should be now all set here. And then I think we can... do we need more fuel? I don't know. Let's ask a little bit fuel.
St. Gallen ground, X-ray Alpha.
Oh my god, this
November
takes
Kilo
ages.
Delta, could you please send fuel truck?
Can I cancel it?
X-ray Alpha, November Kilo Delta fuel truck is on the road.
Can we cancel it? Okay, I can cancel it.
St. Gallen ground, X-ray Alpha, November Kilo Delta, I am done with fuel services.
I want to have manual control to my speed. We need pushback.
St. Gallen ground, X-ray Alpha, November Kilo Delta, requesting pushback.
By the way, my screen is really dirty.
Request accepted.
I have no idea where should I steer. Okay, I think we are almost good. Actually, I think we don't even need to push because there's a fence behind us.
X-ray Alpha, November Kilo Delta,
Yep.
requesting the end of pushback.
Didn't go that
X-ray
well.
Alpha, November Kilo Delta request to end pushback received.
We just need to dipper straight out. We want to go straight out. So
St. Gallen ground, X-ray Alpha, November Kilo Delta request taxi for straight out departure with Sierra.
let's put bleed on.
X-ray Alpha, November Kilo Delta taxi to
And
hold
let's
short
set
of runway
the
10 using taxiway Mike November Alpha.
trim correctly because it seems to be... My trim doesn't seem to be... Why is it not working? Because I have autopilot on.
November Kilo Delta, did you copy?
Yes, I copied. Sorry, I didn't answer.
Taxi 2 and hold short runway 10 using taxiway. Mike November Alpha November Kilo Delta.
M and N. Let's see where that is. Can we find the airport ground chart? Where are we now? I have no idea. There. Okay, and if I now open this one here, maybe I can... I have no idea where to go. I think we just need to try to survive. Okay, we are moving. Watch your head. Do we have more lights to put on? Not yet. I don't know where they put us, but this is kind of like a leaving from your office to have a holiday.
St. Gallen Airport information, Sierra 2100 Zulu. Wind 266 at 4. Visibility, tree, sky condition.
What is
clear.
our
Temperature 7.
heading? So we are heading east at the moment.
ILS runway 10 in use. Landing and departing runway 10. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact UF Sierra.
Nice countryside.
St. Gallen Airport information Tango 2100 Zulu. Wind 266 at 4. Visibility, tree.
This is
sky
clear.
condition, clear. Temperature
Max
7. Dew point
span
1.
14
QNH
meters.
102500. ILS runway 10 in use.
I think now
Landing and
we...
departing runway 10.
Was it
VFR aircraft
now
say direction
right
of
or
flight.
left? I
All
think
aircraft-
right. I think we have to take right. We are coming. Alternheim Aviation. Okay, should we now already take left? I think so. Do we need to have a short here already? Oh, wrong one.
St. Gallen Airport information Tango.
Tower and takeoff clearance.
St. Gallen Tower, X-ray Alpha. November Kilo Delta ready at runway 10 departing straight out. X-ray Alpha, November Kilo Delta QNH 1025 departing straight out approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 10.
Okay, what is QNH 20, 25. I don't know how to set my
Delta, did you
parameter.
hear my last transmission?
Yes, I heard it. Thank you.
Cleared for takeoff runway 10 November Kilo Delta.
Oh, not there, by the way. I thought that we need to go around, but it seems this is end of the runway. Flaps 50, no, not anymore. Flaps 50. Everything is okay, so we are ready to go. Here we come. Rotate. And landing gear. And flaps 0. And let's start turning to our heading. We need to gain some altitude.
November Kilo Delta leaving my airspace frequency.
And because we are climbing, we need to take care of our speed as well. But I think we can switch to the autopilot soon and go to navigation. And let's start climbing. Let's start from 10,000. And front we can see already the mountains, Alps.
November Kilo Delta acknowledge last transmission. St. Gallen Tower X-ray Alpha. November Kilo Delta frequency change.
Let's put a little bit speed. This plane can go up 245. But now we are climbing, so that takes a little bit out of the speed. Scenery is nice. Oh, we didn't remove these. Is there something else? Better later than never, I would say. Okay, we are airborne and now we just need to go over the Alps and then we are there. Estimated flight time to the next, or is it even when we are arriving? It shouldn't be too long flight today. Okay, we are climbing 7,500 feet already. A little bit turbulence here, but not too much. But I think 10,000 might be enough for today's flight. Let's see a little bit later when we are close to the mountains. A little bit shaky flight. But now I can go through the controls a little bit. So as I mentioned, I have touchscreen, but now I'm not using that during this flight. but my Stream Deck controls this middle MFD home unit with my touchscreen, so I can switch if I want to control BFD or MFD or navigation and comms, and then I can also control the different knobs here and range as well if needed. And I think now we can set the parameter mode, which is also in this page. So now we are flying in the standard parameter mode. Okay, we are now in our flight or cruise altitude, and now we just need to enjoy the ride. Okay, takeoff thrust. What does it mean? I don't know. If you know, please leave a comment and help me to learn fly better with these planes. I don't have auto thrust on. That might be the reason. Okay, good. I learned right away. It would be so nice to fly over the Alps like this. Even the scenery is quite amazing already in the game. Nowadays graphics are so good that it looks almost like real. Okay, let's check the flight plan where we are at the moment. So we are at Kusan, and from Kusan we are turning right to Konak and then Valav, Susaks, and actually we need to go a little bit higher soon, because as you can see there's a little bit red in the map, which means that we are too low. So actually we could do it right away. So let's go 12,500. Let's go with VS mode, so we don't have to go that deeply. Let's have this higher position so you can enjoy the view a little bit better as well. If you have Stream Deck Plus and you are controlling, or you would like to control your plane or planes with Stream Deck as well, you can check my other content where I'm going through my profiles, and there's also download links where you can get these profiles to yourself as well. They are completely free. It just needs to have one plugin installed in your Stream Deck, and then you are good to go. There's still some snow. I think they might not go away ever, the highest peaks. These are not the highest peaks, because now we are flying only 1200, 5000 feet, and they are below us. But they are high. I have to admit that they are high. I think I have never been as high, if you don't count planes itself when you're flying, but I have never been in these high mountains. Okay, we are starting to come closer to the Kusam, and we expect the plane follow flight plan. Actually, we can start going a little bit faster already because we have been gaining altitude, and then the flight should be also a little bit shorter. So let's see how fast we can fly today. What is the limit for the plane? And expected right turn soon. There's some valleys between the mountains. I wonder if there's people living here. And there's the right turn. Actually, we could maybe let's see if there's any icing conditions. Maybe we should put some icing. Ice protect engine and wing and stabilizers. Let's be safe, there's snow after all. Oh, we can have that there as well. This is handy. So we can see the estimates. So there's not too much left. Maybe a little bit more than half. Also, please let a comment if you have good suggestions with similar kind of flights, where to take and see nice scenery or nice location, maybe challenging takeoffs or landings or something special, so I might try it. I'm trying to set up a series of flights and just taking flight from one interesting location to another interesting location. It seems that we should be okay. We are not too high from the mountains, but still not hitting the peaks, which is the most important thing when you are flying, I would say. Not sure if we are able to find the airport from the list already. Not yet. Let's see if we have connection. I think we are still a little bit too far away. Okay, we need to come back for that later, so we can announce that we are landing. So soon we have expected turn to left from Ronak, and from there we are heading to Valav. Then we have 10.3 nautical mile stint before the next waypoint. And we are flying standard parameter mode. And we are not able to reach 240 knots today. We are hitting 227, approximately 228. So we are pushing this little jet to its limit. Okay, so we have 5 seconds until the turn. The plane tells us what is happening, which is good. And there's the turn. And then we have 10.3 nautical miles straight. And we have fuel control is on auto, which is good. I think there's actually some peaks even higher. Let's climb 5,000, not 5,000, but 1,000 feet more, just in case. Even the map doesn't show. I think we are flying just next to that high peak. But I'm seeing a little bit green already, which means that we are reasonably close to the peaks. I haven't tried this plane earlier too much, but now I have been found this to be quite fun. It's small and easy to control, and it's not too complicated to learn. And now, since I have this Stream Deck Plus profile, all the controls are way easier. Of course, it helps that I have also iPad as my MFD screen, and I can use that as a real touch screen, which is really helpful. But with the Stream Deck, the controls are pretty much as in real life, I would say. Okay, now we're turning left from Valav, and I'm a little bit concerned of the peaks. Are we turning enough so we don't hit there? It seems so. Or not. For some reason it doesn't show. Okay, it's green. Maybe we should climb still a little bit. Just in case. Let's not land here, so to say. And after that we are already heading to debugs. And if I remember correctly, that's the last one before we start the approach. So now we are kind of... Okay, now we are not able to see backwards anymore. But maybe halfway, I would say. A little bit more, maybe. Okay, last stint before we start turning to the approach, which will be interesting because landing is, I think, the hardest part of the flight. You can also leave a comment if you have any favorite planes which you want to try or you want to learn. So maybe there will be some content of learning new planes as well from me. As I mentioned before, I'm not a pilot, I don't have any training for real flying, but I have found these simulators to be fun to learn and also fun to build these kind of own solutions and own customization. There's some people who have built like whole room to be like a real airplane, the cockpit and all the controls and so on. I'm not going that far, hopefully, but I'm enjoying to have some customization and controlling the planes more real, like not having a mouse for everything. And some point I might maybe want to try virtual reality as well. I don't know if I'm gonna like it and how it feels, but that might be interesting to try as well. But then it's really important, I think, to have some controllers that you don't need to use mouse as much. Even it might work as well, but I would expect that having some kind of controllers help you to find the buttons and so on. And of course I have Hotas Logitech X52 Pro. It's reasonable, I got it a few years ago, it was a good bargain price. It's not the best, but it functions pretty well, and it makes flying more natural when you have actually joystick or Hotas to control the plane and your throttle. Okay, how much we have left? We have 23.5. We already took 1/3 out of it. So soon we need to start thinking when we gonna descend and see how the landing and approach goes. So actually we can set it already 9,700 or 800. So that is now set already in autopilot. I wonder if we have the marker when we should start descending. I'm not too familiar with this Garmin model. Maybe we should actually start descending after these peaks what we are just crossing here. We are landing inside the mountains, which will be also a little bit scary and interesting, so at least I think there's not good possibility to go around. Probably it's possible, but I'm not sure how it works. Actually, I think it's somewhere on the left already in the view. I don't know exactly, can we see it from here already? I think we can start already descending slowly. So I'm using VS mode, and we can also start decreasing the speed a bit. So we are preparing ourselves to approach. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper angle. Now there shouldn't be any higher mountains we hit. Well, there's a little bit mountains ahead, but I think those are fine. And we are now 14,000, and we still need to go down a little bit. Oh, by the way, maybe we should now see if we have the airport already. Maybe it works nowadays that you can actually find it from here. More info, frequencies, and Bolzano. It doesn't work, I think. Do we have that on list? Not there. Not there either. This is the part I don't usually like too much. Maybe I missed it already. Nearest airport list. There it is. Oh, no, it's not. I'm not able to locate our airport, which is not optimal. We are 11.5. Okay, I think we might need to land without requesting the permission, unfortunately. Throw me a comment if you know how to find these. Okay, we are turning now to the approach. Oops, wrong button, sorry. We need to still get a little bit of our let's go a little bit slower. Okay, it's not as dramatic as I expected. We still need to go more down. It was 9 point. We can see already lights globe there. And let's set the flaps 50. And let's put our altitude 9.1, 901,000. That was the glide slope where we need to get ourselves. So this is where we are at the moment. And now if we just go direct, we should be able to catch the approach. We can actually change the approach mode now. And we got the glide path or glide slope, whatever it is. Maybe we are able to find I would like to announce it's not here, unfortunately. So we are not gonna announce our landing. We go rogue. Let's slow down a bit. And we can also set landing lights on. Are we able to see the airport yet? I think it might be here. Okay, I don't know what the plane is doing now. That was a little bit freaky. Maybe the plane knows what it is doing, but that was something a little bit off my books. I think we should set the flaps 100. Are we going too fast? We need the flaps eyes. I think we still need to go lower, slower. I need to check the speeds for this plane. Can we now find the airport? No, it doesn't seem to be on the list, unfortunately. I think it might be a bug. Or they don't exist. Yeah, I'm not able to find it. Yeah, we have airport visible. Let's slow down a little bit more and let's set the gear down. Flaps eyes. I don't know where I can use eyes protection for flaps. Hopefully they work. 3,400 feet left. We might not have the correct parameter setting now since I wasn't able to connect. But yeah, interesting, you are landing between the mountains, so to say. And there's the airport runway. So we are going straight from there, I think. So far, reasonable good flight. Minor mistakes, and we are not able to find the airport where to announce our landing. I think now the autopilot doesn't know what to do, maybe. Let's see. Maybe we need to take manual control here. But interesting location. Between mountains. It was worth the fly here over to Alps, have to say. Okay, I think we don't need that warning anymore. We know that flaps ice is happening. Checklist might be good, but I don't have capacity to go through it fast enough. So I just need to hope the best. I think we can actually go a little bit slower still. I don't know what is the proper landing speed. If you know, leave me a comment. But let's set it 100. I think we are still in a safe range there. We have a little bit cap. What is that there? Some kind of a track. Okay, we are now in the shade since the sun went behind the mountain.
500.
Minimums. Let's leave the autopilot on so it will take us as down as possible. This is my first public flight after all. Okay, I need to help it a little bit there. We are a little bit off. We come a little bit low, but not too bad. Oops. Floating a bit there. Reasonable gentle. I think we need to find something else. We are not able to call anyone. It's buggy. But we are down in a good way. There's an exit on the right side. Let's turn right. And then we are parking somewhere because we didn't get any specific parking slots, so we can take maybe here next to this big plane, and there's one helicopter. Welcome to Bolzano. Someone came from Alaska, it seems. I don't know was this available slot, but now it is ours. And then we switch off landing lights. And we can off the ice protection. I think we are now good to shut down the engine as well. Okay, and then we need to switch. Sorry, I tried to find the correct place here. We can shut down the generators and then batteries as well. Here we are in Bolzano just before sunset. I hope you enjoyed the journey and the stunning views over the Alps. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss any new content. See you on the next flight.